Alrighty, I've got a bone to pick with some of you guys out there. Because it seems clear to me that some of you have been playing the game the best way, the most efficient way, the powerful way, the simple way, the easy way.
The godlike way.
For those of you who aren't aware, I've recently come into the possession of sacred knowledge involving Astral Ascent. In that, there's a piece of tech that you can do, which is very simple, and I'm actually mad that I didn't think of this myself earlier playing this game. It's the kind of simplistic experimentation that just makes sense, but we'll get into it when I get into a run because I need to start beating up some dudes to show you. But believe me when I say, if you can get used to doing this and master it, it will make your runs and time in Astral Ascent 1,000 times easier and 1,000 times more powerful. Now, in order to demonstrate this at its best, we're going to come in here and do an Isla run, because I haven't done Isla in a little bit. And I'm going to do a Destiny 12 run. We're going to just max out all of the Destiny. We're going to make it the hardest run we possibly can. And I'm going to be a little bit selective about what Destiny upgrades I take, because I still want to make it a little bit challenging, but a little bit fun as well. So the first one, we're going to make enemies spawn spikes when they get hit occasionally. Let's make enemies deal 25% more damage. How about that? The room level is higher. Enemy spawning in Zodiac fights. Now, in a previous video, I was saying that enemy spawning is a nuisance and that the elite modifier is also a nuisance. As it turns out, enemy spawning in Zodiac fights might in fact be top tier, awesome, helpful, super amazing, good for us. So let's take that instead. Not only will we get some extra healing from this potentially, but also you'll see it helps our new method of fighting. Projectiles, no. Elite enemies spawn more often? That's fine, we'll take that. Increased damage dealt from enemies? Yes, I don't want to reduce my healing in the least. I hate reducing my healing. I would like to see better healing, please. Chance for enemies to do spike? Yes. More damage from enemies? Yes. Enemies spawn in the rooms for the fights? Yes. Spike armor? Yes. More enemies appear? Yes. More enemies appear? Yes. Okay, we've got a lot of different sets of elite enemies appearing. A lot of spike armors. And at least, I think, 75% more damage dealt from the enemies to us. This is... Normally, what I would say is this is insanely dangerous. Now, bear in mind... Ooh, actually, the hidden dirks. This is a new one that I've only had for a very short amount of time. But it is very nice. The trap is cool too, but the dirks is also very, very nice. So this is like a set and forget. You activate it. And it's like Virgil, we've got little spinning knives, and whenever we attack, they fire. This is actually perfect for what we're going to do. Now, those who have been seeing me on Twitch over the weekend will have already seen what I'm about to describe and understand what we're going to do. But when I get into a fight, I'll explain it as best I can, and then we'll play things out from there, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Periodically electrify enemies that are marked. It's actually not bad. Let's do a thundering mark. Let's do that. I wanna zap dudes. Now, I'm still going to take key rooms. I believe keys and quartz are pretty good in the beginning of the runs. Getting some resources, because your spells and your gambits and a lot of the things you're going to get in the beginning aren't as good. Now, hang on. We're gonna spam spells. We're gonna run out of mana. I'm out of mana. Well, I'm not out of mana yet, but I'm about as out of mana as I can possibly be. So let's get that mana back. Well, what happened there, you might be wondering. What in the world was that? Oh my goodness. What's... Beelz, how are you attacking so fast? Why are the guys dying? Your mana is filling up so quickly. What's going on? Okay. Easy way to describe it. In Astral Ascent, you have basic attacks. You can hold the button down. Whatever your attack button is, you can hold it down, and your character is going to throw out this cycle of attacks. Your dash has about a, I want to say like a 1 second cooldown, about 0.5 second cooldown, right? It's certainly not a short cooldown. You have a gap in between where you're going to get hit. But what we can take advantage of is the fact that after you hit something, your dash resets its cooldown. Did you know this? I knew this way back in the beginning and kind of discounted this. I never really considered that this would open the door for silly nonsense. Now, if I were to dash around these enemies a lot, it doesn't really matter. I've still got to worry about my cooldown. But if I dash, slap, and then dash, well, look at that. All of a sudden, I can react and do stuff like this. So what happens if we get really fast at it and we attack and dash in unison? Not exactly at the same time, but like a fraction after each other. So it's attack, dash, attack, dash, attack, dash. So in order to do this, now I know what you're thinking, but Beelz, if you're using a controller and you're using the default circle or B, depending on what kind of controller you're using, and attack is on square or X, how are you doing this? So this is where trigger dashing comes in handy. So let me come in here and I'll just show you in my controls real quick what I've done. I've completely unbound spell skipping and put it on my L3. I don't use spell skipping anyway. I don't really cycle through them. But what I have done is I've put my dash on my R2 and I've moved my heal around. I've made heal L1 and that's where my spell skip has been moved onto L3. So what I'm doing is what you can do is because the basic attack is an auto, you can just hold it in, you start attacking and you tap R2 and you just keep tapping R2 or whatever button you want to use. If you're a trigger dasher, you've already got this, you're already used to this, you're probably already doing it. If you're a keyboard player, it's even better because, you know, it's easy to hit two keys at once, right? Or hold one key down, tap the other one. But if you're on the controls, having a shoulder button makes us a lot better. If you're an FPS bro, then you understand how triggers and bumper stuff can be really handy for stuff like this. And how important it can be. Look at this. And the more enemies there are nearby, the better, because it just means you get more availability to cycle through. Now this means that I have better access to iframes, for example. My iframes are way more active. It also means I don't care as much about attack speed. So if I'm offered different upgrades to my stats, like life and crit, for example, and I don't want to do the embarrassing and fall down right there, I'll take those instead. I don't have to worry as much about attack speed because my attacks are insanely lightning fast anyway. Please grab the wall. Thank you. And I just don't have to think about it. Now, 2 wisps on spell refresh, crit chance going up by 8%. You know what? It's pretty sterile. It's a pretty nice, easy, clean, good little aura right there. Extra crit chance. So what this means is I can quite literally just unload all of my mana in this great big mana dump and zip around in the air. And look at these little dudes down here. Look, they're gone. The dash slash is very real. Pretty much every character can do this to varying degrees of effectiveness. Isla does it very well, as you can see. Kaylee does this just as well, except her attack is ranged. Her attack is ranged, so she actually has a little bit of a mild advantage when it comes to... Is that another daggers I see? It is another hidden dirk with poison on it. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it, because as you might expect, setting up daggers and then going back into my dash spam and having my daggers work automatically, it's kind of nice. Capricorn Summon Award. Extra passive stats when I summon him. Not bad.
What are you doing here?
Meeting with you after hours of deliberation.
Yes.
I have so.
Let's begin. He's going to do me the memory game, right? We're going to do memory. So I'm looking for spells that activate relatively quickly or spells that don't have cumbersome load times and don't put me in too much danger, right? So anything that fights from a range, anything that activates quickly, anything that activates and does stuff on its own. So there are certain spells where you throw it out there and they linger on the screen and they keep doing things. Some spells that lock you into place and make your character do an action for a long amount of time, like spinning attacks, etc. They do work fine. Just be aware that you need to cancel them if you get into danger, because my biggest issue so far is being stuck in an animation, especially in the 4th area, and there's lots of enemies attacking all at once. This slashing and dashing back and forth, building mana and firing off spells quickly and moving around like just as fast, it's like you have so many extra active iframes that it becomes a lot easier to deal with the cluster of attacks on the screen. Just practice it a little bit. I recommend holding down your attack button and just tapping R2 after you hit them. Now, bear in mind, you will dash through an enemy to the other side. So what you'll need to get used to doing is flicking your directionals between left and right, depending on which side you're dashing to. You are rapidly going left and right on a single target, but if you've got a nice line of people, you'll be slashing and dashing right through them, like an arrow going through 5 dudes at once, and then you want to turn around and go back. Your Sonic the Hedgehog spin dashing, just go back and forth, right? It's the idea behind it. With this tech, I'm not even kidding, beating a level 12 Destiny difficulty isn't even that big a deal. It's not even that big a deal. It's actually a lot easier for me now. Now, granted, I've spent a lot of time practicing and getting better at the game in general. I'm not saying this is a hard carry. I'm saying this will make things a lot simpler for you when it comes to building mana and stats and spells. It's just Oh, it works so well. Now, what are we looking at fixing up here? Triangle, star, penis, and circle. Triangle, star, penis. So 4, 1, 2. I'm counting with numbers now that they're closed off. 4, 1, 2. So the fourth one, first one, the second one, and the last one. We have Capricorn.
Congratulations.
I actually really like Capricorn as a summon, giving you a lot of passive spells in addition to a little damage buff. You can see it right here. Gain shield, velocity, and movement speed on his summon. It's pretty nice. The shield is good, velocity, speed. It's good, dude. It's good. It's good. Now, like I said before, more keys. The gambits that I'm going to get are probably more in the common variety of things, and I'd rather wait and put really strong gambits in. But keys are always going to be good. Always going to be good. Obliterated. Obliterated. Because of all of our iframes, the spikes that come out of the Emmy's body is also not much of an issue for us. As long as you're timing it right and you're doing it, you know, consistently, chances are you're going to iframe through next to all of it. What do we have in here? Lupus! I can actually stay inside of Lupus's body and not care. Well, I got tagged there. You will get tagged when you end up accidentally facing the wrong direction. But chances are, you'll obliterate him. Oh yeah, I also remember, by the way guys, I do know I can attack the star sign guys here after the fight is over. I just always forget, but thank you for reminding me every time. I do forget, and I promise you I'm not trying to do it on purpose. I am just a super forgetful Freddy, alright? I promise you I'm not trying to upset people on purpose by not attacking the dudes after the fight is over to refill mana. I promise you. Although, with our new tech that we're using here, it's not as much of an issue. A free item from the peddler every room as the first upgrade that we get from the Echo Isles is phenomenal. This is maximum efficiency, since we'll get every free reward we possibly can. And I'm not going to make the same mistakes that I normally do in the peddler room and buy the wrong things in the wrong order. Oh yeah, I'm just going to... Don't mind me, I'm just going to... I'm just going to slay real quick, don't mind me. Monkey on the car! You can finish that. I know you know what I'm talking about. There's a monkey on the roof. Funny kid. A little bit closer. There we go. He was about to spike armor too. Cheeky monkey. Wait, that was the mushroom. I'm calling him a monkey. Damn, my inner freezer coming out.
Looking for something to drink?
I am looking for something to drink. Now, because of the way we're playing things, it's easy to say, well, you don't really need that much life because you're not getting hit that much. But I still am doing difficulty 12, and I'm still anxious that I'm going to mess up. So every chance I get, I'm going to try and take a little bit of armor and a little bit of max life. But if strength does present itself to me, I will take a bit of strength. But, yep, right there. There we go. I'm also going to not... I mean, I could take a look and see how this upgrades. It's 2% extra crit chance, and whenever we crit, we fire missiles. See, I'm not even going to lie. That's a fun effect. I've had some people in the comments saying, hey, Beelz, wouldn't it be better to wait and use this altar later in the run so that when you get some medium heroic tier auras, you could take 2 heroic auras and make them both mythic, and you'd get 2 mythics for the price of the upgrade altar instead of taking a common aura and making it mythic by using both charges. And you're right. You're 100% right. That is the smart thing to do. You are a smart person. Do that. Sometimes I look at this thing. I'll look at my common aura. I see what it becomes. And I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. I want missiles. Yeah. And I don't think further ahead, which even if I do think further ahead, sometimes I'm like, I don't care. I want the cool thing now. Chance to restore life on hit. Pretty cool. Ravaging Spheres. That's another set and forget, actually. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I think buying a... Unless there's a mythic gambit over here, which I don't think any of these are mythic. They're all commons. I could take the Ravaging Spheres, because these things, they're the ones that stay. Yeah, they're the ones that don't go away straight away. The other one summons like 5 floating fireballs, and they do disappear when they actually land a hit. And target isn't too bad. Comes with a spell with a gambit already in it. I'll take it. What I am also going to do though is get a slot unlock for our Dirks. This is the most important upgrade that we can do. Now, what else can we grab right here? Meteor. Chance to apply vulnerability on a hit is actually very, very cool. We can put that on some of our multi-hitting abilities, like our hidden Dirks. Chance to create an ice idol on a hit. Or Meteor. Meteor is more in line with your typing. I get an extra 10% damage from that because it's a purple attack, poison related. Now, what I was saying before about the different characters, Kaylee works very well because she's ranged, and actually is especially good at this because if you know about how Kaylee uses with her passive effect, with her signature spell, she wants to set down gemstones, which she then detonates, or if you've upgraded them at any of the altars, she gets mox crystals, which will detonate and do something special whenever you recall them. And it can be one of the nuances to playing her is setting them down in a particular spot and then knowing where you're standing, where your opponents are standing, and strategically firing them off when your opponent is in between the crystals and you. But if you're able to set them all down in blistering speed, like literally 1 to 2 seconds to have all 5 or more down, depending on how many that you're setting, you can activate, like set them down and detonate them so fast that you wouldn't even think that she was like a setup type of character. She just does what she wants to really quickly. Kieran is also very good for all of this because his attack is very comparable to Isla's. His spells are also very good for this. His signature doesn't lend into it the exact same way that Kaylee's would, where it's all very synergy driven. Isla's is the same because once she marks someone, she can fire off spells, do a lot of basic attacks. She's basically squeezing in more damage into her window for her shadow attack, because after she does her shadow mark, enemies will take more damage normally, and you can get different effects happening. So baseline is 10% more damage, but you can improve that with different effects, different modifiers, and enemies will periodically get electrified, which my basic attack will then cause sparks to occur if they're electrified. It's just good synergy on top. And Kieran is good for all of this as well, but being able to go from doing his basic attacks and then just stop and go into a counter, it actually makes it a little bit safer to get his counter off. The only one who suffers a little bit is Octave, because his startup on his attack speed for his basic attack is a little bit funny. So I think what Octave might need is a little bit more attack speed, like raw attack speed buffs from the bar in order to get going at the same speed as the others. But he still can do it. I still would believe that this is fundamentally the best thing that you can do for all the characters in order to get good mana regeneration and good overall damage and better iframes. And no, this isn't a recent thing. Hello, Virgo. It's been a while. This has been around for, as far as I can tell, a decent little while, and I've not been told about it.
When I look at you? Greatness.
Greatness. Thank you.
Excuse me?
You may well be the solution to the situation. Prove it to me. Let's fight.
Let's see what the difference is in this fight now that we've got all these extra enemies and problems happening, but we've got new tech. So far, so good. I popped my heal a little early there, but you know what? Virgo is probably one of the harder examples for this. But down she goes all the same.
Good. We will try another next time.
Yes. She runs away. I get the cool little Destiny Moon Shard. And we reap the rewards. Which includes a nice little top up to our health, which is suffering a tiny bit. I'm being a little bit reckless. 10% chance to apply freeze on spell hit, which is very nice. Chance to get, well, no, it's just mana on spell hit every 10 seconds, which is very cool. However, more damage to enemies that have Electrify on them synergizes with our Thundering Mark, which will periodically put Electrify on enemies. But overall, these auras don't matter too much. I'm looking to get a really good one at some point in the second area. and then maybe invest more in that. Once we get the Yali aura rooms and stuff like that popping up, we'll get a lot more benefit. Create 2 ice fragments every 8 basic attacks. Summon a Nimbus every 32. Now, I'm not going to waste too many rerolls on this. Periodically applies Electrify to enemies. Look at that. So, I know what you're thinking. Beelz, you're dipping into ice and you're dipping into electric. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing, and it's fantastic. It doesn't really matter too much, but the less basic attacks I need to trigger an effect, the better for me right now. Because they will all activate very quickly. Because of our dash spam. As you can see. Get my little spheres coming out. We need mana. There we go. We've got mana again. We are rising in the man-man's aura room. Let's go. Now, what happens with this kind of a build is I end up mostly rushing from fight to fight, getting maybe 1 or 2 hits here and there. Like, whenever there's a chance, enemies will squeeze a small bit of damage on me. By the way, I didn't use my summon in that first fight against Virgo, so I could mostly show off the potential of this without relying on a summon to get a bit of extra damage in there, right? I am getting tagged more than I should be right now, though. What you want to end up doing, I'm doing a lot more spamming this as opposed to firing off spells to kind of show the appeal of this. But don't get me wrong, if you've got spells to use, they are still going to do more damage typically for you and are still going to have better overall DPS and throughput. I missed a potential grab back there. There's a chest up there. Let's sell this one. I'd rather get the stars. I don't want to dip into combustion all of a sudden. But we will sell it and get some stuff back. They are so delicious. Now, as soon as I get my 5th crystal, we're going to pop the heal straight away. And no, that doesn't really matter in the long run. I know what you're thinking, but Beelz, you got to save that. Nah, it actually doesn't. Like, I promise you, this will not matter in the least in the end. Because we will be fine. That right there, cheeky. Cheeky missile. He fired the cheeky missile. My dodge wasn't ready. Cetus versus Parvo. We haven't got any life for Parvo. But that actually doesn't matter.
Very shiny.
Poison versus summon. I've got a little bit of poison synergy on one of my weapons, but the other ones are empty and I don't need to worry about that. So you know what I'm going to do? I could have taken the one that applies more vulnerability, etc., but I'm not going to. Instead, we're going to take some summons. Things like missiles. Things like spirit swords. Because the benefit of this kind of a build is, if I'm generating this much mana, is that we're going to cycle through our spells even faster than we normally would. So a lot of these different spell effects get more active time to trigger in the first place. Shark was on the way out. I had to be careful. He's summoning goons. Not anymore, he's not. Little feather. Little feather from us. Now, which one's got all the upgrades on it? That one. We need to upgrade our spells. My spells are not very upgraded. Even though we're doing really cool basic attack spam shenanigans, we need more spell upgrades. Now, this is also very good for clearing through rooms and just like, if you're trying to go fast, obviously you can just ignore killing the enemies, but as you run past, like run, smack, and dash and just slap your way past. Got all my gems, I need to pop this heal. And you can actually get through rooms fairly damn quickly. I'm getting like, I was testing out on stream just very quick little normal difficulty runs without any extra Destiny stuff in about 24-25 minutes. Going at my, you know, normie pace. Which is very, very cool to know that you can get very quick clears to farm up some sun shards if that's the kind of thing that you're looking for, if you're still in the midst of trying to unlock stuff. But if you're like at a point where you're trying to get Destiny clears, this is going to help as well. Down goes that guy. That should be all I need. There we go. Done. We've got 3 of our crystals back. We're going to recover just fine. Our next void fight. Pegasus. Drago. Now, Drago is the problem. Drago is, unironically, the one of these fights that gets me the most. He, This punch...
Missing mana.
It didn't look like it, but when he does that punch, because he shoots forward, you can still catch him, but he goes up into the air, and that aerial drop has a good chance of hitting me normally. I was actually quite fortunate to get away from that. I guess we're doing the Ice Sword Cometh. There we go. There we go. Now, I'm also not too worried about synergies, as you can tell. Zodiac spell reward. I still have 1 knife over here. There is an aura on the board, but a Zodiac spell might be kind of cool to grab, you know? It's kind of a rare room. You don't see these every day. The Taurus double slash with lots of poison synergy on it. Very cool. Level 3 spell. It's very fast too. It's very fast. Hits both sides. Very hard to miss. We have Capricorn's Meteor Strikes with some lightning synergy on it. See, that's also very nice. The multi-hit on it. It has a 20% chance to do a Thunder Strike. So on average, I'd say at least 1 strike per cast. I mean, in theory, with that many meteors coming down. The Plasma. And I do have some desire with my mark. Plus, I've got Capricorn Summon. I mean, it makes sense to take Capricorn. Even if Taurus's gambits are stronger. It is 1 hit each. I'm looking at the... Yeah, these slashes only hit once each. So because it's not a multi-hit, those poisons aren't going to have as much chance to actually land. I'll take Capricorns, please. Plus, you know, thematics. I have Capricorn's Summon. Oh, there we go. We get an aura room again anyway. I'm not really missing out on too much then. Now we just got to make up for the fact that we have a little bit less life than we did a second ago. But it's okay.
The feather.
Take the feather. And now where's the one that was the most upgraded? I'll keep upgrading that one. And yes, I know, I could be spreading my upgrades a little bit more thin. I'm being a little bit greedy. That guy's definitely dead from the shark. But it's okay, it's okay. We'll try and get more feathers as we go. But even if we don't get lots and lots and lots of upgrades on all of our spells, as long as we have about 1 or 2 spells that are at least over level 5 or 6, that's more than enough, right? That's plenty. This guy's teleporting and making life a little bit tricky for us. Here, have the cool new meteor attack. Ooh. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very nice. Now, I have no idea. Someone's going to... Oh my god. Okay, so this is pretty good. Absorb 1 hit. 3 hit taken cooldown. So basically, every 4th hit that I would take is just nulled. It's just nulled. So you can see there's a 3 counter on my aura down there. After those 3 hits, the next one just gets absorbed completely. No one cares anymore. Question. Do I care? Do I care? No, I don't. I'm not going to take it. We're going to prove a point, and we're not going to worry about that at all. I will get some more armor, though. Some strength. Attack speed versus crit. I'll take crit. Get a little bit more strength. Get a little bit more life. Get a little bit more crit. Not too worried about attack speed anymore. Now... Here's my problem. I've got 2 commons, and I've got 1 completed astral over here, so the upgrade altar is looking a little bit sad right now. What I could do, or should do, is upgrade the Thunder Blessing, because I think I've got, what? How many... I've got double Thundering Mark on my Shadow Mark, so we're getting Electrify on enemies very regularly, so I should just do this, because that way I get more, like, a 5% more damage on enemies that are electrified, which means that my Shadow Mark is technically giving me like 30% more damage, and spark damage goes up. I may as well. I may as well lean into it a little bit. Now, spells. We have all 4 spells, but maybe all of them aren't as good. Maybe we could replace the Ravaging Spheres with another Ravaging Spheres. Doesn't have any gambits in it. Doppelganger. Not that keen on Doppelganger as a spell for this. Frost Splinters. I see some good gambits over here. I see a Mythic Gambit. That's a very expensive one. We'll buy this one instead. That's like a 200 cost gambit, right? Might be 300. I think it's 2, though. Doesn't matter. We'll buy it and we'll slot it in there. Speaking of slot, we'll buy the slot unlock. The 2 hidden dirks are finished. I don't need to worry about those as much anymore. I am going to make this Capricorn Meteor Shower better, though. Chance to apply Pacify on hit. And chance to create Ice Sword. We'll go the Pacify route first. I know what you're thinking, but Beelz, you want to put lightning in that? Preferably yes, but if I don't have... nah. If I don't... Ooh, there we go. That's a very nice one for it. Do I want to replace, though? I don't think I want to. I'm looking for one for Ravaging Spheres, but I don't know if I want to... You know what? Let's just put it in Ravaging Spheres. I'll keep it for the entire haul. We'll just keep these spells. I'll keep these spells.
Stay focused. You got this.
We do got this. We're going to summon Capricorn immediately and go nuts mode. But only after doing the Shadow Mark, because from what I understand, Isla's Shadow Mark increasing the damage that enemies take does include summons. So Isla can actually get a little smidge more damage if she marks someone.
This is the last place you'll see today.
Rude. Now Leo is a little bit tricky because he jumps in the air, so when he jumps up in the air, we have to be mindful of our dodging still. You will do no such thing. Some of my little spheres that are gonna boop around a little bit. He's gonna start spinning, but I can do dodge, slashy, spammy, cool things. Oh, enemies. Don't mind if I farm these real quick. Summon meteors. Oh, look, he's dead.
My duty is stronger than your pathetic victories.
See, I told you we didn't have to be worried about anything. We were able to kill an enemy that spawned in the map. We got a healing shard. We healed back up to basically full, because once we open up this chest... Ah, look at that. We're back to full. We've got 2 gems already. We've got a nice mythic over here. Lightning-themed mythic. Create a lightning orb on enemy death. Increase lightning orb damage. Increase lightning orb range. I don't think I have anything that's specifically affecting lightning orbs. This is a little bit on its own. But then again, Yali summon on spell refresh is very strong. I'm literally not lying. Yalis are so good, it's not funny. Is that 2 crackling ends? It is. It's just the best version and the less good version. Although, I'm not going to lie, crackling end would be kind of cool for boss rooms, because I am summoning enemies in boss rooms, so even in boss fights, we still get to benefit from this. And it would save my second upgrade at the shop for this Thunder Blessing right here. So you know what? I'll be greedy and we'll just take this. Normally, I'd want to get the Yali one and upgrade it, but I've only got 1 upgrade left, so I'd rather not forsake my lightning too much. Having said that, if I could get... Well, there you go. Some attack speed, slime, Yalis. Let me do a quick reroll. We need to find something a little bit more... Get more ice fragments. Notice how it's 2 ice fragments every 8 basic hits. So we are summoning a lot of ice fragments because it doesn't require that many hits. 10 freeze on enemies. Cooldown, no. I mean, 3 thundering marks. Who's going to say no to 3 thundering marks? A chance to lifesteal on basic hits. We're hitting so much, you kind of get the idea. It's really good, but at the same time, I don't really need the lifesteal. I'd rather get vulnerability to make enemies just take more damage. The faster the fight is over, like, why do I need to heal during the fight? If I can just make the fight be over sooner than later, right? Now, as far as gambits are concerned, I don't really need to worry about gambit rooms. We are, like, literally locked down for these. I need to find 3 more unlocks, which one of them will come from the Void fight. Maybe one from the Forge, but probably not, to be honest. I mean, I could do the... Nah, it's not even worth it. Infinite mana, why you shouldn't have. I kind of went nuts with that. I didn't need to go so hard on the mana. Now you're seeing the fruits of our labor. All of our gambits are playing into each other very nicely. This guy is being rude by running around all crazy. He's trying to get away from me. He's like, ah, don't do it. This Isla's whacked out. She's whacked out, cracked out, and going insane. I think I'm going to reach over 20 keys after this room. At 20 keys, I can, you know, kind of stop and slow down for a bit and start taking some more quartz rooms, maybe some aura. I mean, if I see an aura room, you really should be taking aura rooms a lot more than I do. Like, don't do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. I'm not a really good example of choosing the best rooms at the best time. Ah, I got tagged right there. Not really. Capricorn, sorry, not really. Quartz room, much better than taking a gambit room where I'm not going to need the gambit. Quartz room will let me buy and do whatever I want at the shop. It's very, very nice. More quartz. Hello, little buddy. Oh, look, he died in no time flat. Look at that. He's done. You got rid of that little dude. I love seeing them. It's such a fun little treat when they appear in the runs. You can die. And remember, if you're worried about things like carpal tunnel, you should be. It's not for the faint of heart. I recommend holding your attack button in. I sometimes default to jamming on my square and tapping with my thumb a lot because that's just what I'm used to doing. But I do recommend actually taking advantage of the fact that you can hold the button in. I might start putting into the other Dirks. Just to be a little bit fair. See, the Parvo Ruins is really nice, but the Echo Isles is like it's too strong. It really is. Creates Yali on spellcast, 30-second internal. Sova isn't really necessary. The Chameleon Altars aren't necessary either. Maybe the Yali on summon, but honestly, it's kind of a weak turnout. I'm not... See, I guess the Chameleon... Because Sova, I don't really want Sova. Sova's going to kill things too quickly. I'm not going to get enough mana from them. I mean, it's nice to have, but it's kind of counter to what we're doing. And the Yali stuff, we don't... I don't think I have a single... I just took a look at it. I don't have a single Yali Gambit. Or any Yali Synergy, because I didn't take that other Yali Aura. I guess it's the Chameleon then. That's the Aquarius summon. If I were to take that Aquarius summon, then I can lock us in for a Libra fight, but I'll leave it to be ambiguous. Why not? Why not? You know? Here we go. Lots of enemies in a small bunched up space.
Missing mana.
Missing mana? By the way, are you a mana kind of person or a mana kind of person? I had a lot of friends in school who said mana. And I was like, mana? Why are you saying mana? Shouldn't you be saying mana? I'm a mana kind of person. But I don't... You know, you can say it however you want to say it. I don't mind. I'll just judge you harshly and severely from the inside without letting you know what I really think about you. That's all. Don't... I'm kidding. I am kidding, of course. Damn, dude. The Dirks are kind of popping off. Got my crystal. I can pop it and get my health back. Because I'm taking silly damage from sources that I shouldn't be getting hit by, but I am anyway. It's whatever. Keys for me. A feather. That's the 5. Where's the ravaging... Where's the Dirks? There's the Dirks, not the ravaging spheres. The Dirks! Oi. Oi. Come here. Thank you. My directions are getting mixed up. I'm missing my lefts to my rights to my lefts. An elite taken down in quick speed. Look at that. It's so fast, dude. Works so well. I've still got 16 goddamn keys left. I don't really need to worry about it. But then again, I'm sitting on a big old pile of quartz. But I'll take some more. I might take one more quartz room and then we'll worry about... I'm aware, that, by the way, that we had the Chameleon. And I've got people being all like, Beelz, why are you taking the 5 key thing for the feathers and not the Chameleon? Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me anymore. Like, for this, it's pretty good because I'm going to get 3 of them for the price of 2. You know, buy 2, get 1 free. But the feathers are also really good. Like, there's no bad choice here. If you've got the Chameleon, you really should be leaning in. But it is random, so there's like, I don't know. There's a case to be said that the Chameleon is a is a pretty poor upgrade because you can't control how your build is turning out, and it kind of just gives you whatever. But then again, you could also argue, well, any upgrade is a good upgrade. There's no such thing as bad stats in this game. They're all useful. There's no takeaways from that. And that's true. So, I mean, that's why I don't really mind either way. I do think that people who say that spell upgrades have a more noticeable impact on your build, maybe that's true. But if it's all good, then I don't mind too much. Now, we've got the Parvo Ruins. We are coming up very soon, though, on the end of the room. So I could go into the ruins and get maybe like 1 or 2 levels worth of upgrades, maybe to even out the meteor strikes. We might get lucky. The smart thing to do with that right there, the smart thing to do is actually to take the aura room and not do what I'm doing here. But I'm doing it anyway because I'm an idiot. And a glutton for punishment, apparently. And I really wanted to try and fish for a +5 feather, but you know what? The game doesn't want to give me one, that's fine. And so, the grind continues. Don't hit me. By the way, the only time that you're like particularly unsafe doing this is when you're casting spells, so try and time and use your casts at the right moment when you're not currently being bullied to all hell, right? I know, it's a tall order, it's a hard ask, but Beelz, you promised super easy. I know. I didn't say you had to stop thinking. I just said you had to be like, you know, it's easier. It's easier.
A Yali ticket.
A Yali ticket? You shouldn't have. I'm kind of sad that I've run out of color upgrades, by the way. Like, I just don't get colors anymore. I get, like, 100 sun chips instead. And, like, yeah, that's good.
Feeling better.
But it's not colors.
Always a pleasure to have
May as well buy these now. Do a quick upgrade. There we go. Now that's it. We just get the 405 life. I'm gonna have to rely on building a new set of crystals mid-fight. I wonder how that's gonna go. It should go fine. 5 life and nah, give me some more armor. We'll even out the armor to life situation. More strength. The faster the fight's over, the better. Some life. I apparently just got my 5 out of 5 on my Andromeda bar achievement unlockable situation. Sick. Thunder Blessing, more damage done to electrified enemies. Spark damage goes up an extra 20% and adds 1 more Electrify when applying Electrify when applying Electrify. So does that mean that my mark is just going to be applying Electrify like crazy?
Powerful.
Maybe. Oh look, more Hidden Dirks. You shouldn't have. Maybe I just take more Hidden Dirks. The triple Hidden Dirks build? I mean, it's way stronger than Ravaging Spheres right now. It's level 6. And it's free, and I've got 1,000... You know what? Let's do it.
Mine.
I know, I'm losing that 10% chance to get mana back, which is a really nice effect, but I can see another one right there, so, you know, well, it's okay. It's okay. Chance to trigger a critical hit. Apply target. I mean, damn, it's just giving me some nice gambits to stick in him here. I've still got to get the one last unlock for Capricorn, 1 more unlock on that, so 2 more gambits, 2 more unlocks, and that's all we need. And I've got 600 quartz to work with moving on into the 4th area. We're looking pretty good on resources. I've got plenty of keys, lots of quartz, good spells. It's feeling good, man, feeling good. I like it. Once again, we're going to activate our mark on the enemy straight away, get all of our buffs going. Oh, it's Pisces, sexy, I love it. I love it. She's a really good fight for this too. Scorpio moves around so much that it can be really tricky to like stay on top of him and keep the slashing dashing going.
I wanted to ask for quite some time. What is your real name?
My real secret name is Bloodfeather. And you?
Bloodfeather. Ooh.
First note of music. My destiny was forged a long time ago. Yours is very close.
I thought your first name would have been Collarbone because damn. Am I right? You know I'm right. I see the armor effect. Oh, we got spheres after us. Doesn't even matter. Some enemies that I can use for farming. Doesn't matter, doesn't even matter, doesn't even matter, doesn't even matter. Look at all these enemies on the screen right now. Oh, she's dead. And it's over.
Well played.
The more enemies on the screen, the better. You see how many enemies she summoned, all the little flying dudes, all the elite enemies. It's over. Doesn't matter. And I got 4 crystals back out of that. I could heal back up to full right now. I don't need to because I'm going to open the chest. This is what I mean. The boss fights, I'm not worried. Capricorn buffing me like that, I'm not worried. So good, dude. Let's see. Some freeze synergy, some target synergy, some slime stuff. 40% chance to apply ignition on critical hit. So let's see. The last 3 that we've got here are really, really good. The 8% crit chance is arguably our weakest link. However, I mean, chance to create slime on poison hit. I do have a little bit of poison stuff going on in my build right now. And by a little bit, I mean, there's like 1 poison spell. There's saplings, I guess, but still. Vulnerability on a 6-second cooldown. Deal 20% more damage to enemies with freeze. I mean, I could take Blood of the Bane, or I could just break this. I might break this and be greedy and look for another aura room later. We'll take the stars for now. It's a lot of stars. If you're really not that certain about an aura, there's no real harm in breaking it. I mean, it's probably better for you to break it than to take something you're not going to really benefit from, right? Could I get a 4th Thunder Mark? That'd be funny as hell. Could I please? I'm going to re-roll for it. I'm doing it. Nah, I'm doing it. Give me the 4th Thunder Mark. Nah, come on, please, please. Fine. Signature spell damage. Transfers the mark to nearby enemies on defeat. Pretty cool, but you know what? The freezing mark, we'll just get 4 marks on. How about that? Snowflake every couple of hits. Basic attack critical hit chance goes up 20%. Pretty damn cool. But... nah, fine. We'll do that one. I was going to get more effects. The more effects I can spam out on my opponents, the better. I take stars every time. I just do. Sorry if that bothers you. I just do. Aura Room. I like to take Aura Room almost exclusively whenever I get the chance to, when I'm in the last area, because this is how I'm going to get the last of my upgrades that I need, my passive upgrades. Having said that, I'm now out of keys finally, so I may need to think about getting some more keys going. So 5, 7, 7, 6. Yeah, let's bring it up to 7 then. I'm actually surprised that all my spells have ended up kind of, like, all decently leveled. Normally I end up with, like, 1 spell as, like, a level 2. But that's where the shop comes in handy. That's why the peddler can be really good if you get him early. He just lets you build power very, very fast. Alright, I see 2 freeze upgrades here. The Frost Blessing, which, you know, I've now got Freezing Mark, which applies freeze periodically. Which is, you know, it's not bad. Armor by 4, create an ice sword when the hero is hit. Can I be super real with you and just say that I'm gonna break these down because I'm being very, very greedy boy right now? Locked. Locked. Yeah, I thought so. If they're locked, there's no point. We need to wait until we can unlock some stuff. No point getting gambits just yet. Oh, look at that. Everything died. What a shame. Give me these. Oh, look. It's one of the most annoying enemies in this area. That guy. No. No. Don't chase me with that. Oh, lightning dash? You mean broken dash?
Refreshing.
Not a single enemy nearby that I can use broken dash on? Stone altar. You know what? We have the chameleon upgrade. For once, I'll use 3, because I still get all 3 of these anyway. And I don't think I'm going to get any more key rooms, maybe, for the rest of the run. Maybe. Because I'm pretty sure I should be able to get some more aura rooms. Maybe a Cetus room again, if I'm lucky. That'd be kind of cool. I tried. I was trying to be cheeky. I didn't need to do that. See, I'm kind of like... I'm at a point now where I'm so powerful, I'm just kind of like not thinking about dodging enemies' attacks as well anymore.
Almost there.
Which is very stupid, you know. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer, as a famous man once said. And he is right. It is insidious. Die. I'm gonna pop it early. I saw 1 crystal being generated there. I pop it to top up. And we wait. Ooh, here we go. The Forge. So the Forge, I'm gonna take the Forge instead. I know I said I was gonna take an Aura Room, but the Forge just takes priority because I can get 4 level ups right here. Bam. All 4 of my spells leveling up. And we go to the Void. I get 1 spell unlock here and my last one at the Peddler, so both of my last spells will definitely get unlocked and we'll get good gambits. I'm gonna mark and summon immediately. Damn, that smoked me right there. Did you see that? And again. Too bad it doesn't make a difference for me. Get the hell out, she says. Damn, she's aggressive today.
A mythic gambit.
A mythic gambit? What do we have in here? 6 meteors on cast. Chance to create ice swords, snowflakes. Damn. I mean, I'm already doing Meteor Strike. It would be just good taste. Oh, hiccups. What the hell was that? Good taste. My apologies. Good taste to have meteors on meteors, right? Spontaneous hiccups. The Pegasus has cursed me. Help, I'm dying. Bunch of little dudes. Look how cute they are. Die. Don't get in my way. Doesn't matter if it's a feather or not. I'm about to be done. The 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. 8! There we go. We got the power of the 8s on our side. No. Jump down here and I'm gonna drop some fat meteors on people. I can feel it. Yep. Just what I said I was gonna do. What was I getting in here? Auras again? Gain a shield when I use my healing shard. An explosion dealing damage when the shield disappears based on my life. That's a new aura that I haven't used yet. An ice idol on dash. We're basically at the end, so you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. We're basically at the end and I'm not really going to worry about... Nah, I don't care about keys. I also don't care about gambits because I've got 1 more slot and I'm going to end up spending all this 1,000 or so quartz. I'm probably getting my last 1 little gambit that I don't really need to worry that much about. I've got too much money. I've got too much cash in the build right now. There will be gaps in my dodges, so I will get tagged once in a while, but as long as we're on top of things, it doesn't matter that much. Like we've got all of our crystals back. Look at that, we're inside the red. No. We're inside the red, but we're dodging so consistently. Like the only thing that's going to let you be hit is when you start to ease up on the button, right? You ease up on the button, you might get hit. Oh, see, look at this. We don't even need... Ah, man. Okay, the Cetus Cavern is pretty damn cool. I can get my unlock for free here and maybe get some pretty sick gambits. And I can maybe, like, fix up some of the slightly weaker gambits we have, like just summoning 4 missiles, for example. Yeah, alright, we'll do that. Versus the Aura Room, which might be like 6 to 10 different stars, which is pretty good, but still. Unknown Force is kind of nice. The Blaze. Absolute Zero is not that bad. This is going in Hidden Dirks, though, so hang on. I might take Unknown Force. I'll mix it up a little bit. I don't need to, but we will. Now, this is going to apply 5 mark. Oh, 5 target, sorry. Mark. To me, it's the same thing, dude. Here. Now it's going to add 8 target on spellcast. Pretty cool. And we may as well put this 30% crit hit in here. Creates 1 meteor on spellcast. I mean, I can replace that. The 1 lonely little meteor that's not really going to see that much use. I can replace that. Not that it's bad. You know, meteors are cool. I don't mean to be mean to the meteors, right? I don't mean to be mean to meteors. Meteors are cool. I've got meteorologists out there mad at me right now. Meteorologists are mad at me for making fun of meteors. Bro. I'm gonna get some angry comments about that one. Beelz, please, what are you saying?
Feeling better.
I know what I'm saying. What are you saying? I popped the heal right there because I'm like almost at half. And I realized that we're getting close to the bar, which we're here right now. And 10 stars to get my heal top up doesn't really mean much to me at this point. It's fine. Give me that. Give me armor. Give me more strength. Give me more armor. Why not? We're pretty thick right now. Like, look, we've got so much armor. And so much max life. And, like, I can't even get this. I want more damage. We've got 7 strength, 7 extra life, 10 armor, which is like a huge amount of armor, by the way. For me, at least. I don't normally get this much. Some decent crit, a little bit of attack speed, and 1 bonus mana. Very, very cool. Very, very tight. Very, very amazing. Wow. I could potentially go 4 hidden Dirks. And we just have the Dirk run, right? The Dirks. But I don't have the unlocks. I don't care. I really don't. I'm here. Look at this. I'm here. So I could 5 target. Wait.
A mythic gambit.
So we're gonna apply 13 target on spellcast with this Dirk. Pretty stupid. Let me upgrade the missiles a little bit. You know what? Just summon a little bit more in the missile department. 5 life means nothing to me. 5 life is too small. Summoning some Yarlies, though, why not? We need a little bit of Yarly fun in here. Why not? Why not? Now, what's something weak I can replace? 1 Plasma on spellcast, 20% chance to do Thunderstrike. Those aren't... They're not super amazing, but they are synergistic with its element. Summoning 1 Spirit Sword. Spirit Sword's kind of cool, though. I like Spirit Swords. You know... Fine, I'll get rid of the Spirit Sword. Yarlies are cooler than Spirit Swords. The 999 on the quartz. Pretty cool. And we're here. I don't have much mana on me right now, which usually I think to myself, damn, I'm low on mana and I'm coming into the fight. Doesn't matter. In fact, I hope it's Libra. Please be Libra. I want that fight. Aquarius is... Yes, cool. Aquarius is a very doable fight with this strategy. He takes a beating. But Libra does move around a bit. She is a little bit more tricky. And requires a little bit more literal thought. You can't just go spamming happy and be a little bit crazy. At least not too much. But if I can get her down before she does her ult...
Justice will be served.
Very good.
For the saving master.
We mark her. We blast her with it. Damn, Capricorn, you are so cool. Give me my Dirks. Get me up here. I need to be on this.
I have been damaged. Is this blood?
It sure as hell is.
That's for my sister.
Pop the heal. Doesn't matter. She's done.
Each defeat pulls me closer to my emotions. I must be careful or I will desire to lose.
And we didn't even get to see the effect of our aura because you just heard the finger snap. I think that was the sound of the bubble popping or the effect running off. I think, maybe. Although I still have a shield on my body. Maybe it's paused right now, like the little Yarlies are paused. But... No, the saplings. But, we didn't get to see it. She went down too early. I popped my heal, I'm on full life. Compared to my Kieran level 9 run that we did, which was a 9 run... Not even, like, comparable difference in difficulty right here. Like, a 12 run to a 9 run. It's meant to be way harder, but with this new tech... Yeah. It's nice, dude. It's very nice. And I'm on full mana. Let me just throw some spell effects around. Look at all these Dirks! God, it's cool. I really did kind of want to take that 4th Dirk spell. So I can just summon an army of daggers to fire off at my whim. And look at that. It's in good time, too. I get a 3 times sun piece multiplier. Look at all my little sun chips. Nom, 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 nom. And I'm getting... I've pushed my way towards whatever that is. Whatever that is, and the thing after it. I've still got more unlocks to go. I love it, dude. I'm glad that I'm not done. I'm glad that I'm not finished with unlocking stuff. Yes, my basic spells, my 1 achievement that I got, and some colors. Let me just nip over and grab those real quick. Now, if at all you're confused, do not worry. A little bit of practice and you'll get the hang of doing this. Once again, I have no idea if this is intended or not. If the devs are watching this, I'm sorry. to all of you who aren't the devs who wanted to get a hold of this and try it out for yourselves. If it gets changed, so be it. If it doesn't get changed, I would say this is need-to-know tech. This is amazing tech. To be able to attack and dash and just, you know, I didn't make a reference to it, but we're basically wave dashing. We are Star Fox incarnate. You know, we are meleeing the hell out of this. And it's very effective for building mana, doing damage, and staying safe while doing so. It's just, it's the best of every world. I don't know if that's too strong or not, but it's good. I get it. Spells. I hear you. Steel sword.
Thanks for your patronage.
It's a big sword. It does damage. Wave of ice. Looks good. Oh, the old meteor blades? You push this further back? Ah, no wonder I haven't seen it. I think I had this before the update. The Corrupted Typhoon. Very cool ability. We're seeing... So does that mean this... Is this the Armageddon blade? I don't have that anymore. That would be the really big sword that falls from the sky, right? Because I've lost all of those. It has to be the Armageddon blade. Like the big... I keep calling it that. I don't remember its actual name. I just called it the Armageddon blade because that's what it does. It falls down, it hits, and it killed, dude. No new auras. I think that's everything I had to check out. I've got a little bit... As far as, by the way, upgrades, in case you were curious, I've got everything unlocked except the rest of my pocket money. It's expensive. I wanted to get spells first. And like 20 extra quartz at the start of a run won't make or break things for me just yet. I'll wait until I get the rest of my spells before I worry about that. In any case, I'm rambling on. I think the run speaks for itself. I think the theory and the playstyle and everything that you need to know about this is contained in here. I don't think there's too much that I've missed out on. If there's anything that you're confused about, feel free to ask. All of the characters can do this. Kaylee is especially good at it. Kieran's pretty alright at it. Isla, I like the way she does it. She's pretty good with this. Mostly because she also starts with some pretty good spam spells. Her starting spells are very good for just quick spam in succession. Like, you can be attacking, build mana, throw a knife, attack more, throw a knife, right? Kieran's Flame Fist, it's about the same for this. And their unique spells are pretty good for it as well. Octave, like I said, he's not necessarily bad at it. I think he's just the slowest at doing it. But if you give him like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 attack speed boosts, if you can give his basic attack his 15% attack speed boost from the shrine at the start, the altar, maybe he'll just be on par with them or catch up and surpass them. But he's very good for a different reason because he can fight at range, same as Kaylee. So he doesn't need to be that close and put himself in immediate danger anyway. So he has the drone. Octave is a whole different beast, right? Octave doesn't really need this tech to carry him as much because he's just really good on his own. Kaylee both has range tech and can do this, so she pops off. But with all of that said and done, I've got to get out of here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you were aware of this before now, feel free to raise your hand and say I knew, so I know how to treat you in the future as the tech hog that you are, who didn't want to share with the rest of the class. And if you didn't know, I hope this was enlightening and that it might be able to help you in the future, alright? In any case, I will see you all later. Have a good one.